What is good, people? Satsuki the Reactor here, hit a live Reactor Fruits Basket, the final episode 11. Now, it is currently raining right now, and I can't record this at any time, so if you hear something in the background, that's what that is. I can't do anything about it, just bad timing, all right? I got to do that this time since I talk about Fruits Basket on the podcast later on tonight. Tonight, not for y'all, because I'll probably drop this video Tuesday, but I'm reacting to it on Monday, you know. The King of Anime podcast, where my co-host Everything Animated and C-Tactics talk about anime weekly, all right? Seasonal anime. Now, I don't even want to go over the summary because I kind of want to get through this quick because I am pretty busy today. So, cutting the summary, let's get right into it. Actually, I lied. I kind of want to ask this question before I start because I got a comment on my last video from Jay Jaharna. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. But we talked and we both like the ship of Hana and Utani, so I kind of want to ask anybody watching this video just to get a gauge for like what the Fruits Basket fandom is kind of like. What are some of your favorite crack ships? And I don't mean crack ships in the literal sense, because that's more so of ships where the pairings don't interact barely or at all. I don't mean it to that degree. Any ships that aren't official, all right? So no Toru and Kyo, no Machi and Yuki, you know, because some of the crack ships I see is between Yuki, Kakeru, like I already said, Hana, Utani, ships like that. What are some of your favorites of those? I even seen Akito and Toru, and that was brought to my attention a season back, which threw me off, but now I kind of see it, you know. So what is some of your favorite crack ships? That's the only thing I want to ask before I start. Now let's get started. Okay, now we're seeing it more so from Toru's perspective. Ooh, the speed feats, man. I'm gone. Woo! Man. Okay. Kyo got speed feats. We already knew that, but y'all, bro, Toru is a speed. No. I don't think y'all understand. Hold up. I don't think y'all understand what she just did right there. Well, you understand it, but can you really comprehend it? Truly? You saw it, but did you? She just backpedaled from this spot to the... How is that even possible? Like, okay. I want y'all, man. I want y'all to go outside and try to run backwards. You cannot run that fast backwards. It is impossible. How is Toru capable of this shit? You know, Toru's I said it before, that Akito episode, what was it, episode 8 or 9? I was like, yo, Toru kind of like godlike almost. And now she's showing more superhuman capabilities. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Hey, read the writing on the wall. Damn, even the kids like, damn, you got... She broke up with the cat too. Now Kyo's the one that got to chase after her. Okay, now we're going back into the past. Yuki visited Toru. I'm assuming Toru got that bunny from Omiji. She don't even want to talk about Kyo. Itai. Bro. If you guys have not watched To Your Eternity, watch that show. It has completely ruined the word Itai for me. Anytime I hear that word, I think of that show. Great, another great show within this season. So again, if you haven't watched it, watch that show. I put it on the same tier as Fruits Basket this season. I know that may be blasphemy for a lot of Fruits Basket fans, but it is great. Why did they allow Toru's clumsy ass to go on the roof? Apologies for not talking that much during this episode, or at least this section of the episode. It's times like this where I feel like my input is going to be needed, so I just keep watching. It's good to see Kyo owning up, man, and being honest with himself. Because I think that's one flaw of a lot of the characters in Fruits Basket. It's not just exclusive to Kyo. It applies to Toru heavily as well. It's a lot of times these people aren't honest to themselves, and it messes them up for the future. You got to just pursue what you want, man. Whether it's relationships, career, whatever. Well, now if you're trying to pursue some evil shit, like you're trying to take over the world, you try to kill some niggas, like, no, keep that to yourself. But, you know, in the actual virtuous perspective. Oh, he said it. I think that's the first time Kyo said he loved Toru, because he asked her, but I don't think he said it himself to her. He's thought it, but he hasn't said it. And thinking about this, the reason why this is so meaningful to Toru and why she's asking permission is, just think about what happened after the death of her father. Toru felt like she had to be her father for her mother to go back in her life. So she had to put on an act and change her personality, and that's what she believed got her mother. We know that didn't really bring her mother in, but Toru felt like she had to do it. So this is the first time where she's being with someone and she loves them the way that she loves Kyo and her mother, and she can feel like she could be herself. All right, their first conscious kiss. We in now. Bird's like, oh, here they go, bro. This is a spot where everybody do it. Damn. Wow, Kyo's actually going to try to hug her. Oh, they stepped up the art. Hold up. I got to turn this down a little. That is loud. Hold up. I didn't want to pause that, but they stepped up the art for that scene. Did his curse break? Did all of them break or something? Or they just like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it already broke. It broke at that exact moment, or if all of them are broken. Hold on. Now, Akito said she was jealous of Toru because she was pure and pretty. Akito was pure in her own way before. She was like pure evil. So like, you got that going for you. And Akito's pretty. I've been on the Akito. Akito is gorgeous. I've been on that bandwagon. So Akito, don't sell yourself short. She's very gorgeous to me. I still can't believe it. When someone brought up the Akito and Toru ship, I was like, huh? And now for it to actually be a viable thing, I'm like, wow. Like, my opinion changed so quick. And I think the reason why Toru was saying they're the same here, I don't know if I said it in the live reaction, but I definitely said on the podcast. Check out the Otzerat podcast every Tuesday where we talk about Fruits Basket weekly. All right. We got 3 more weeks of that. So yeah, you might want to check that out before we end things off. But what I think I said there, but not here, is the fact that Toru's ambition of breaking the curses directly opposes Akito. So Toru's selfish desire, mainly of wanting to break Kyo's curse, is negatively impacting Akito, who puts values on those bonds. So they're working against each other. I think that's why Toru is saying there's if she's pure, then so is Akito. Because they both were pursuing, like, Akito wanted to keep the curses intact. You know, that's because of her own desire to want to be close to everybody, and Toru wanted to break it just for Kyo. So you see where she's coming from. It's not just she's saying this to make Akito more presentable to the viewers, you know, put her in a good light. It actually has value to it and merit. Is Toru Akito's first friend? You see the blush? Oh, you see the blush? Look at Akira. It took you like 20 years, but damn, finally you made a friend. Is this the person who, the original person? I don't even know what to call them. But they were in like episode 1 with all the Zodiacs. So they're actually a physical entity and they just live in the mountains chilling. So the cat came knocking at his door. I believe the cat was sitting in this person's lap in the first episode as well. I'm not entirely sure about that though. So we can call this person God. Okay. I'm so mad because the dragon spirit was actually a dragon, like a real honest to God dragon. And then Hattori gets a fucking seahorse. Oh man. I remember when I watched season 1 of Fruits Basket and you're seeing all the Zodiac animals and you're like, okay, they transform into a cat. This person turns into a doll. This is a rat. I wonder how they're going to do the dragon. Like, that would be crazy for normal people to see a dragon in the sky. And then it was a fucking seahorse in the bathtub. We were deprived of a dragon, and I'll never forgive Fruits Basket for that. Okay, the cat is dying. They don't look like they crying. Here and now shall make the bonds between us eternal. So is that why the cats inhibit other people's bodies and possess them? Is this a way to circumvent their deaths, their eventual deaths? That's an interesting concept. And that's why Toru's saying she's the same as Akito again, going back to that. Why what she's saying is right, because what Toru is pursuing is trampling on not only what Akito wanted, but what the history of why the Zodiacs even possess people in the first place. Like, she's literally kind of killing these animals. Like, she's ruining their dreams. So there's that too. Oh God, why did you make me drink that? You know I don't like tequila. You're like, damn, that's all I had in the cellar. So that's why they hate the cat, because he was like, bro, this shit is mid. I mean, the cat got a point. Yeah, you gotta accept your mortality. I've said it before. This doesn't really have anything to do with Fruits Basket, but I would not want the power of immortality. Like, of course you want to live for a long time, but I mean, living forever? I mean, I feel like you have value to life because you die. How would life be if people felt like there was no timer on anything? You know, life is supposed to be an experience. And the thing about experiences is they have a beginning and an end. That's why you value them so much. You have moments in your life. You don't just keep going and going and going and going and going and going, you know? So yeah, immortality is not something I would want. So I feel the cat Zodiac right here. He didn't like, bro, I didn't tell all y'all to train. I didn't say that shit. Y'all did that yourself. Why y'all getting mad at me? I did not tell y'all to do that. Oh, he died. Wow. Okay, I see 12 different animals, but I see, shit, you couldn't tell me no different. They all look like snakes to me. Damn. They were too preoccupied with the feeling that it betrayed them. That's some bullshit. So y'all just watch y'all nigga get slumped, and then y'all, alright, let's move on. What? Y'all can't really be boys then. Y'all was not boys in the first place. Boys or girl, whatever you want to say. Y'all was not homies. How you gonna watch your homie die because he didn't want immortality that y'all forced upon him, but then y'all like, nah, fucking nigga. What? I gotta be a sheep? In conclusion, the cat was right, and y'all niggas some snakes. What's sad about this eternal banquet is the fact that all the Zodiacs never met up. You know, even when they had all the Zodiac animals or Zodiac spirits be born at the same time where they're all living, Kyo was still excluded. So we never had the members link up. We could still have that in the future, but of course they won't be possessed by the Zodiac spirit anymore. So, yeah, that promise wasn't kept. You hear Akito, she said, I can start my life now. I don't have to play this role. And Yame's curse just broke. You can already tell just by the way he's acting. That boy went for the hug immediately. Ooh, wait, hold on. Ritsu? That's why Perry, my co-host Perry, said next podcast is going to be a movie. I didn't know what he was referring to within this episode, but that's why. The running joke on our podcast is Ritsu's irrelevance. I've been a staunch person that has pushed that Ritsu has no purpose in Fruits Basket, and I'm not saying that because I dislike Ritsu, but I do dislike the fact that Ritsu doesn't get any relevance within the story, because if you take Ritsu out, nothing really changes. Nothing. Like, Ritsu barely has a connection to anybody with the exception of what? Who? Kagura, Michan, that's about it. Like, Ritsu just, it's kind of disappointing because everybody else has their role and they have their significance. I could point to any character, any Zodiac character, and they have some relevance, but Ritsu is just the only one that is just there. Ritsu just exists. But I suppose it's good to see Ritsu finally show up. I might make Ritsu the thumbnail because like this is a big event for me. Like, they finally have Ritsu show up in the flesh in present time. After all of this time, the last time we seen Ritsu was what, episode or season 1, episode, like, what was it, like 18 or something like that? It's been a long time. And again, I'm talking about in the present time. We may have seen Ritsu have like a cameo when they all had their banquet, but again, no talking line like Ritsu. Oh my god. Let me get off before I go on the rant. All right, Kisa. Was that Kagura? Yep. So it seems like, okay, Haru too. It seems like Akito willed this. That's what it seems like. It doesn't even seem like the curse just broke randomly anymore. It seems like Akito was like, okay, I'm not going to be a god anymore, and then all the curses broke. So that's the reason why it's happening. It seems. All right, I don't know for sure, but that's what it's looking like. Tori like, I'm free. Mayuko, where you at, girl? Shigure? Yes, sir. Where did that scar on his face come from? I'm pretty sure he didn't have that before. Am I tripping? Maybe he spent another night with Rain and she got wild. All right. No more beads. That was a nice bracelet though, Kyo. You could have kept it for the fashion. But I understand the symbolic meaning of it. Wait, it's probably something after the credits because there's too much time left. Yep, just like I thought. She showed. My curse broke. Look at my wrist. Now can you buy me a rollie on this wrist since I don't gotta wear that bracelet no more? That's another crap ship that people like, Rin and Toru. Damn, they all showing up to Kazuma's spot. Kazuma like, I don't got enough room for all y'all niggas. Oh no, they brought Toru to Akito. Yo, you not worried about what Akito could be doing to Toru in there? I'll be worried. That is the episode. So I'm going to get my afterthoughts and we're going to be outie. So that was a very good episode of Fruits Basket. I do want to say, as an anime only, I haven't noticed a drop off with this season. A lot of people were worried, myself included, about the direction of Fruits Basket after finding out it was only going to be 13 episodes. Manga readers told me that it wasn't possible to adapt everything within those 13 episodes. And while that is true, because I have seen some things in a manga that I know for sure are not going to be adapted, it just would not fit within the current story. So while we are missing out on things, they did well to trim the fat. And I hate to call it fat because with the characters they're cutting out, for example, like they cut out Kimi's backstory, and while Kimi isn't vital to the Zodiacs, she doesn't really have much interaction with them at all, with the exception of Yuki and Ayame. I would still like to see that. Like, Kimi is a character I really like, so I don't want to call it trimming out the fat when that fat is stuff it's not filler or anything like that. It's still stuff I want to see. But we're adapting the Zodiac storyline, you know, and it branches off with characters like Utani and Hana, and Toru's very vital to that as well. And it seems like that's what they're working to adapt. And honestly, if the season ended with an episode like this, it wouldn't feel jarring at all. So I think they've done a good job with what they had. 13 episodes, and again, I don't see a drop off between season 2 and this season. So yeah, they're doing a good job. Talking about some of the things that happened within the episode, I'm proud of Toru and Kyo. On Kyo for him taking responsibility and him being the one to chase after Toru this time, and he didn't give up or feel discouraged. And on Toru for finding that person where she feel like she can be herself and she can show her insecurities, because the thing with Toru is people call her a counselor, they call her the ultimate problem solver, but she has her own problems that still exist, but she does a good job of hiding it. Like, Toru's a very good actor, she keeps on that facade, but it seems like she's found that person where she's comfortable being vulnerable around. So props to that ship, they worked out, it blossomed well. Yeah, so yeah, Kyoru, good shit. We also got the original Zodiac's backstory along with the original god and whatnot. And I ain't gonna lie, like how the other Zodiacs turned on the cat was kind of like, because it's like, bro, y'all forced something on me and I'm the bad guy for saying I didn't want that. Like, y'all Y'all didn't ask my consent or anything like that. It's just y'all said, all right, we all want to live forever. And I'm like, we all? I didn't say anything. And they all turned against him. So that's the reason why the cat is ostracized. That's a little whatever to me. But, you know, it was still good to see that side of things. And now Akito being a former god, because she didn't feel the need to play that role anymore, and now she's going to live her own life, the curse is broke. I actually thought the curse is breaking before then. Maybe, if you ask me, maybe like 5 episodes or so. I thought it was going to be a lot more cinematic, where we would, like, I thought it was going to tug at your heartstrings, kind of like what they did with, like, the Yame scene was good, but they didn't do that for everybody. All right, I thought it was going to have a lot of value, all the curses breaking, and it does, but just not in that moment. All right, we saw like a little montage of all the curses breaking and people having their emotional moments with whoever was next to them. Like with Kisa, Hero was right there. With Haru, Rin was right there. But again, it was brief. It was very brief. So I thought that was going to be honed on a little more. But honestly, I'm not really mad at it, just because of the weight on Akito, because it seemed like she willed it. It was like this burden on her has been lifted, and she can be free and live her own life. And then all the curses broke because of that. So not really mad at that whatsoever. Akito has become, the way I'm feeling right now, Akito is probably my favorite character. Kyoko was my favorite character previously, but Akito is just phenomenal. The character growth, seeing that progression from season 1, and then you start to see cracks in her armor, and then you start to learn more about her, and then seeing this change be finalized and her making friends with Toru. Honestly, I love it. I could still understand why people would not be fond of Akito, because she's done a lot of bad things that honestly you can't atone for everything. I don't even know if Akito is going to have a conversation with Rin, but that's one character that you made her life a living hell. You almost killed her on 2 occasions. 2. She almost died, literally died. That's one character I feel like you can't really, it doesn't matter what you do, you can't make it up to her. You know what I'm saying? And if other people feel that way about Akito, I can't blame you. If you dislike Akito, I'm not going to call you stupid or anything like that. I understand it, but for me, I love the progression. It's not like I forgive Akito for the things she's done, but I think her character is very well written, very. So that's just my thoughts on things. I don't think there's anything else I want to bring up, well, other than the fact that Akito and Rain still have to have that conversation. I'm still on your ass. Rain needs to tell Akito, I told you. I'm waiting on those words. But other than that, like I said, great episode. But guys, 2 more episodes left of Fruits Basket, and then we are outie. I have a lot of things planned regarding Fruits Basket on my main channel, Satsuki the Savage, when the season ends. So be on the lookout for that. But that is it for this live reaction, folks. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe. I am Satsuki the Reactor, and I am out.